Thank you very much and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to start by talking today about Morgan, what we do, the key drivers for the business, and what keeps and allows us to maintain our business in a challenging environment. We've enjoyed making cars for over 100 years at Pickersleigh Road site in Malvern. And I'd like to talk to you today a little bit about where we've come from, where we are today, and what the future looks like for us. Also, the way we manage our business and the techniques we employ to sustain our company in what's a fast-moving environment and incredibly complex at times when you're making motor vehicles. We're famed for producing our cars in a differentiated way. We use modern principles, managing the principles using modern techniques with craft-based principles. The formula is not just apparent with the cars, but also in the business processes and the way we marry that skill and the cutting-edge technology together. We respect and we take inspiration from the past, whilst we maintain a firm foot and looking into the future. And it's imperative when building cars in a global market with an exacting safety and legislative requirements. Our future consists of building cars from what appears to be from the past. This in itself can be a real challenge with these safety standards and also all of the legislative requirements that we have today in the modern world. I'd like to share with you a quick video before I talk about the business.
In 1905, Harry Morgan, known to his friends as HFS, established a garage business in Worcester Road, Malvern Link. Not content with dealing in other manufacturers' cars, in 1909, HFS completed his first ever car, initially taken on as a fun project for his own use. Built with the help of the Malvern College workshops, the prototype caused so much interest amongst friends and locals, he was persuaded to start building more to sell. Early production cars had a lightweight tubular steel chassis, rather like a motorcycle frame. Innovative independent front suspension, rear-wheel drive, and with a jack V-twin engine fitted transversely across the front, the power-to-weight ratio resulting in a most impressive performance. The Morgan was such a success that the factory soon outgrew the original buildings, and in 1914, acquiring a large site in Pickersleigh Road, HFS built a new factory. We've been building cars on this site ever since. The three-wheeler, however, wasn't just good on the roads, it was great on the track as well. Numerous competition successes helped develop the Morgan, so that by the 1920s, three-wheelers would lap Brooklands at an average speed of over 100 miles an hour. By the 1930s, the three-wheeler, now fast, refined and well-appointed, was facing serious competition from small mass-produced cars, and Morgan had to respond. They did so with the 4-4, named due to its 4 wheels and 4 cylinders. This was the first conventional sports car Morgan produced, handcrafted using traditional coach building skills which the factory still use today in the current range of classic cars.
Getting away a little bit. I think Tom Zachary's got the gap pegged. This is the race leader at the moment on track. That is the Morgan. And that Aston Martin is going to slot right in behind it. All of that, there it is, just a glimpse of it. So, you have Boris Shire in the leading car. There is Rodriguez. And there's the Audi right behind. And now he's just yards away from converting Morgan's first GT3 pole into its first GT3 win. How about that? Morgan takes the checkered
So I had to put the last bit about Silverstone in the presentation because that was our centenary year, first year out in the GT Challenge, and winning with car number 100 in the centenary year was a special moment for us at Morgan. So the facts about Morgan: we're a family-owned company, fiercely family-owned, third and fourth generation of family. We currently employ 200 people, and we've seen a lot of organic growth. We've heard a lot of themes today, and there's a lot of words used with collaborations and agility. We make our cars with a small team of people, lack of heavy tooling, and we believe this really gives us agility. And agility in business is a word that's often used. It really is often used in business, but actually at Morgan we really do truly believe this is a strength of Morgan. I'm sure many of you can relate it in your own businesses, but when you're making vehicles and you're tooling cars and tooling different parts of the vehicle, if you can remain agile and you can adapt and change to the ever-changing legislation, it's a real strength for the business. I think another area for Morgan that's really important is our core skills. We've heard today about skills and people at Morgan. All of our businesses, our people are really important. Equally so at Morgan, we really rely on some core skill areas in the business. We talked about graduates and apprenticeships. We're very proud of our apprenticeship academy that we run, our graduates that we bring into the business each year. So adapting to market challenges. I think we've, again, another theme coming on last. There's been a lot of themes today, and you hear the words that you've got in your presentation. And I think Brexit is a word we're going to hear. We've heard for the last 12 months. I'm sure we're going to hear it for the next 12 to 24 months. But I think one of the speakers earlier said, actually, it's an opportunity for us as well. We really must play on the importance of Britishness, the importance of Britishness. It's no longer a cliche to be arrogant. It's not arrogant to fly the flag and be British. British products are more and more associated with style, good execution, fine details, manufacturing excellence, design expertise, and distinctive products with unique character. And that's what we really believe in Morgan, and that's what one of the strengths we're going to take out of Brexit. Again, one of the speakers earlier said we can't change the exchange rates and everything. We've just got to use it to our ability and use it to be positive moving forward. Another word that we've talked about throughout the day, and what I've heard a lot of, is collaborations. It really is important in business to collaborate. In small businesses, you heard Simon talking earlier about how you can collaborate with some of the funding structures of the government, your suppliers, your employees. Something at Morgan that we really work hard on is collaborating with our customers, working with our customers. It might seem very obvious to say it's important to be close to your customers, but it really is. Your customers will be, if you get it right, your best evangelists. We run focus groups, preview meetings, drive days with customers, only a fortnight ago, with vehicles that won't be in the marketplace for another 18 months. But if you get that right, your customers will inform you. It's really important to be informed. Obviously, there's levels of confidence that you have to guarantee with when you're doing these events. But if you work with your customers, these are the people that are buying your products. And if you get that right, it's a recipe for success for your business going forward. So what does the future hold? How do we ensure a strong future? And back to the customers, an in-depth analysis on why your customers buy your products or services, what it is that differentiates you with your customers, what you can do to get that right going forward. And for Morgan, in our industry, in our sector, we're looking at designing and tooling certain panels up 2-3 years ahead of actually started production. So if you can work with your customers up front and get that right, it really is important. Another area for Morgan is relevant technology. We're not by far the most technically advanced vehicle on the road by a long stretch. However, we talk about relevant technology with Morgan. It's relevant for us to use the marriage of that craft and technology to differentiate the way we make our products, make them different in the marketplace. Another positive USP when it comes to selling your vehicles in a global standardized market, what's becoming more and more of a standardized market. We also look at the requirement to invest in technology in your people as well. So I think there's been a lot of theme today about talking to you, working with your people, investing in your people. Our businesses are only our businesses because of the people that work for us. So I think it's really important on that front as well. I think we've heard a lot of themes today: collaborations, people, Brexit. I think there's a good opportunity out there. The supply chain as well is another area we've talked about, and it's really important to work with the supply chain. There is a fantastic opportunity in the automotive sector for the supply chain to get on board and to come and offer their services more. So hopefully there's some suppliers in the room, always willing to talk to everybody. So thank you very much for your time.